Okay, so our ForgeBox module of the week this week is an older one. It hasn't been updated for a while, but I think it's just because it works, and it's the Wirebox Visualizer. Have you used this one before, Dan?
Um, I haven't. I actually didn't know it existed, but to be honest, I was last night trying to figure out how to dump out what there was in my wire box, and so this would have been handy. This is a very educational podcast. I learned a bunch by doing it.
Yep. So the module does create a nifty representation of all your CFCs in your application that Wirebox manages and what they have injected into them. It's pretty neat. The only thing is it doesn't pick up transients unless your code runs, so it knows they're there. So it's usually the application mapping. So if you have your modules folder will get mapped, your models folder will get mapped, and so all those stuff gets mapped. So you'll see those, but you won't see transients necessarily unless your code picks those up too.
The 2-second explanation, basically, for those of you that are relatively new to the podcast, Wirebox is the dependency injection module that's built into CodeBox, so it can be used independently. If you're not quite sure what dependency injection is, think about this. You have components that are instantiated, but instead of actually instantiating them at runtime from your hard drive, you basically say Wirebox instantiate, or basically kind of organizes them all at the beginning. When it starts up, you ask Wirebox for your component, and it comes with all kinds of other goodies that go along with it.
Yeah, it's like if you're at a restaurant, you're like, hey, I want a meat pie. You don't tell it, hey, exactly. I want pastry, and then when they get the pastry, you're going to put it in this. You don't tell them the recipe. You're like, I want a meat pie, or I want lasagna. You don't have to tell them what it comes with, how to put it together, or anything else. Wirebox is your chef, and it gets delivered to you the way you want it, the way you need it, and hopefully nice and hot. So that's the Wirebox Visualizer up on ForgeBox, and you guys can install that and use it and find out more about what's in your app. It's really great to try and figure out those circular dependency problems too. Sometimes it throws you, although I'm not sure how to work on on a loop like that, because it might get caught trying to output them too. But it's definitely a real helpful tool. So,
but maybe it'll tell you where it actually broke, which would be nice.
That was our ForgeBox module of the week, brought to you by Modernize or Die podcast, CFML News Edition, proudly sponsored by Order Solutions. You can see the new episodes every week on cfmlnews.modernizeordie.io or on the Order Solutions YouTube channel.